Yes, it is. And here's the most awkward transition in sports talk history. You go from the N-word to talking about the Dallas Cowboys. But yeah, I really think they can make a run, big dog. Let me tell you why. All they have to do is win their 7-win division, and they're in. And once you're in, what did Kevin Garnett say? Anything is possible. And Adidas is sitting there like, damn, the hell on the biggest stage. He messed up our damn slogan. The slogan is impossible is nothing. I get why Garnett changed it. That's a better slogan than what he said. But the point is, anything is possible. Oh, you don't think so? Remember last year, somebody was whispering to you, then I started to yell, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 7 wins. Watch them turn it around. Tom Brady's in the building. Different quarterback. Everything changes. Why? Because the quarterback is the most important position. And if you look at the Dallas Cowboys, they got a different quarterback. Oh, they got Dak Prescott coming back off injury, paid with security, with equity. And now they realize, finally, we appreciate Dak because we are different without Dak. So all he has to do is go out there, win the games in that division, that he is 19-6 in terms of his record in the NFC East. And then 3 of those losses came in his rookie year, so he's really like 16-3. Dak owns the NFC least, right? So now he gets in. And what happened with those Tampa Bay Bucks? That can happen with these Dallas Cowboys. Just go start slaying dragons. Washington football team, your defense. Yeah, I got to get out of here. Drew Brees, you want to retire? Bow, get up out of here. Aaron Rodgers, they want to trade you or at least demote you. Bow, get up out of here. Patrick Holmes, no one doubts you. Bow, now they do. And that can happen with a team that was 7-9 the year before, quarterback change, and a lot of other parts of talent. Now, here's the part that you got to mix up. Here's the gumbo.
Here's the gumbo. Uh-oh.
A lot of talent. Because if the Dallas Cowboys were to make a run, go deep in the playoffs, you know what most people would say? About damn time. You know why you would say that? Because you had an expectation based on this same talent. And then if you look at them and they possess the talent and they actually make it come to fruition, you're going to say, wow. It finally happened. So all those things are bubbling right underneath the surface. Acho, look deeper than the top layer and see these Cowboys poised for a run.
Wrong take.
James Worthy style, right?
Come on. Haterade.
But no,
Haterade.
the Cowboys aren't poised to make a run in the NFC. So if you want to get out of my complex, my building's complex, you got to get out of several doors.
Right.
Uh-oh, here we go.
If you're in the bedroom, you got to get out the bedroom door. You got to get out the front door.
First of all, why am I in your bedroom?
I'm
the only one here.
I am in my bedroom. Got to get out the bedroom door.
Okay.
Got to get out the front door. Then you got to get out the door that lets you out to the street. Cowboys maybe get out the bedroom door, which is the NFC East, right? That's the door closest to them. They maybe get out that door, but somebody got to explain to me.
Shut up.
Cowboys finished third last year in the NFC East.
Not the Cowboys. That wasn't Dak.
No, the Cowboys finished third last year in the NFC East.
Here you go.
And I would say that, yes, the Cowboys got better.
Yeah.
But the Giants also got better, and they probably got better at a greater rate than the Cowboys did. Washington, who also finished better than the Dallas Cowboys, they got better at a greater rate than the Cowboys did. Are the Cowboys returning Dak Prescott? Absolutely. But remember, before Dak Prescott went down, the Cowboys were only 1-3. You can argue that they were 2-3 because Dak finished that game. But for the Cowboys fans watching this show, and I know y'all are dedicated historians, football fans that are historians, remember, 2015, the Cowboys finished 4-12. At the end of that season, if you were to ask me, can the Cowboys make a run in the NFC East? I'd say, yes, they can. Because the Cowboys finished 4-12 because their starting quarterback, Tony Romo, got hurt, only played 4 games. In the 4 games Tony Romo played, they were 3-1. They finished 4-12. In the 4 games Dak Prescott played, they were 1-3. So the Cowboys were still bad with Dak Prescott. So why would I think that they can be better next year, even though they were bad with Dak Prescott? Ask me that question at the end of 2015. Hey, next year, are the Cowboys going to be favorites in the NFC? Yeah, because if their starter comes back, they're a much better team. Even with Dak Prescott, the Cowboys still were not a very good team. So, no, they cannot make a run because even with Dak Prescott, they were not making a run, sir.
Man, stop. I love you in this projection that you love to make.
Go ahead. Come on, give it to them.
All these teams. Okay, let's do your projection game. Here's a story of the Pittsburgh Steelers that were 11-0. Your projection would say they're going to win it all. How'd that turn out? It was one more game after that, okay, big dog? And then you look at the Dallas Cowboys, what you say, 1-3?
1-3.
How do you know they couldn't do the same flip? Because that's the way the ball bounces. The ball didn't bounce for the Cowboys their way last year. But you know, as someone who had to recover from fumbles, that ball bounces all types of ways.
It does.
Every single time. What if the ball bounced the Cowboys' way this year? And think about it. At the end of the season, being real, looking at the defense, you're writing notes. That means I got you. Because you give me a lot, I write a lot of notes. Did the defense have the most takeaways since week 11 last year? Yeah, they did. Were they 11th in scoring defense, which is from the bottom to 11th, means you're starting to turn the corner. Didn't the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense start to turn the corner second half of the season 2 years ago as well? Yes, they did. Let's talk about how the Cowboys right now. Look at this situation. Dak Prescott gives you 32.5 points per game. You talk about those 4 games. That would have led the league in scoring, you know what? So let's project that all the way out. This team offensively will score 32 points a game, average. And the defense started to turn the corner second half of the season. And Ezekiel Elliott realizes it's time to go get mine because everyone's saying I'm in decline. Yeah, I know it rhymes, bars. So then, all of a sudden, you got now Dan Quinn in the building, working with a defense that started to turn the corner.
James
Mike
Nooks.
McCarthy, we know he's a Super Bowl champion coach. Dak Prescott back healthy. You start mixing up that gumbo, finally take a taste. They win a division. They're in the playoffs. And
I love me some gumbo.
You go broke banking on what ifs. What if the ball bounces the Cowboys' way? It ain't bounced their way in 25 years. Sal, come
it's
with
time.
me real quick to a place called the Sugar House. The Sugar House is a casino in Philadelphia and South Philly. Come with me to the Sugar House, and here where we gonna go. We're not gonna go to the blackjack table. We're gonna pass that blackjack table. We're gonna pass the baccarat tables, and we're gonna post up at the roulette table. Because the roulette got one of them little balls, and there are about 38 holes that the ball can bounce in. And you want to know how everybody goes broke at the roulette table?
How?
By saying what you said. But what if the ball bounces my way this time? What if I spin it and the ball bounces my way? Put 5,000 on 36.
5K, boy!
Because what if it bounces my way? That's how you go broke. Because the ball ain't bounced the Cowboys' way in 25 years. I am not going to blindly hope, blindly wish that the ball might bounce the Cowboys' way when I have no statistical data, no offseason acquisition.
Have you had enough of this fool? Have y'all had enough? Have you had enough?
Objection, Your Honor. I don't know who this lawyer is in that cheap suit, but he is making up stuff. Just saying. You know what? You know what's wrong with you? What's
wrong with you?
Who won the Super Bowl last year?
Bucks.
Huh?
Buccaneers.
Say it with your chest.
The
Tampa Bay
Buccaneers.
How many times have they won the Super Bowl before this? One
in
time,
2002.
Right? Yeah. And was that 19 years ago? Oh, okay. So you're saying it can't happen in 25 years, but it happened just now in 19 years. And who was the sorriest franchise in sports history by win-loss percentage?
I've not confirmed.
The same Tampa Bay Bucks, but now they changed. They're second worst because of the Super Bowl championship. The year before, the ball bounces differently. Who won the Super Bowl?
The greatest quarterback of all time showed up. That wasn't a ball bouncing.
What about the year before?
The greatest quarterback
Patrick Mahomes, not the greatest quarterback of all time yet. But how did they win it? And they hadn't. When the last time they won a Super Bowl?
50 years.
50 years. Didn't win a Super Bowl at all. The point of it is the ball can bounce that way. The point of it is at the Sugar House, I chose faces up on that wall.
Oh,
the ball bounced.
I think he just said. Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Jobu and Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Oh, my God. God is good. Jeremy. Jeremy, you just gave me a heart attack. Jeremy, you got to email me. Email me. You want both of them, or you want to give away one? Wow. Now that's a big baller there. Come to my channel. You know, I got to tell you a little story here. For first of all, Crazy Corvette, I hope your sister's okay. He said, I saw a comment there. that your sister's got COVID. Hopefully, I'm about to enter my sister's room with a face mask on. I'll be right back. Yeah, make sure you put that face mask on, and take care of business and all. Hope that she's in good shape and all. Crazy story. This is my man cave here. You guys have seen various parts of it and stuff. And this morning, my wife came down here. My wife doesn't really know all the stuff that I have down here. She just looks and says, "You got a lot of equipment down here." It's like, yeah. But I said, you got to understand all the things that we're doing and the capabilities and stuff on it. And so I was actually showing her, I said, "Hey, baby, listen to it. Let's just listen to this." It's like, listen to that, baby. Right there at my fingertips. I said, "I got music." She's like, wait. She said, "Do you dance when you're on your show?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You don't actually dance, do you?" I said, "It depends." I said, I should tell her when Jeremy drops a $200 super chat. Oh, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna dance. It's like, yeah, definitely. Wait. Is Eastside in here? Is there an Eastside sighting? Oh my God.
Eastside Harold.
Eastside is coming up. I guess he's, I bet you he's been going through Troy Daniels. Oh, yeah. Listen, I lost my damn mind. Let's get open for business. Wake up the football gods. Yeah, definitely. He's probably going through the 5 stages of grief, okay? He's been through the sadness, the anger and all that, the begging, and now he's probably gotten to the realization that my team's just going to be ass. They just going to suck. They just going to be. So I might as well be around some people. Simba, you want that trophy? God is good. I love this shit. Man, I love all you guys. So, and we're going to be doing something special in here. You guys, I know I saw Joseph Heatherly in here earlier. Joseph's wife has an Etsy shop. Etsy and all that. And what she's going to be doing is she's donating some jewelry for the ladies. So not only are we going to be doing the drawing for another Joe Barty tonight, we're also going to be doing something to take care of the ladies as well. So, shout out to everybody who's been in and taking care of us. And speaking of the ladies, I see Lola. I see Gina. I know I saw Jessica. Jessica always here. Jessica, I know she's here. Lola, Jessica, Gina, Gina C. I got Gina Thorne. I know.
Whoa.
What?
Y'all talking about Kyle Pitts already? God dang.
Hold on. Well, you know what? I have a thing that I'll go for. Jessica, Gina. Wait, hold on. I'm missing my ladies. And Eastside, don't be in here trying to mack on my ladies and chase them away. Who did I miss? Gina, Jessica, Lola. Oh, Stacy, better known as Roland's Reviews. What's up? Did I forget any of the other ladies? I apologize if I did. We've got a lot of chats that have been in here. If I did, hit me up again and remind me. Hey, Mark, you dumbass. You forgot me. All right, so Chuck Benson, ready for the draft party. Oh, my God. We are 12 days, 22 hours, 45 minutes, and 20 seconds away from the draft party. I can't wait. I literally can't wait. So let's get on to it. I thought DMV, he's running a little bit late, had a little errand he had to run into, but I wanted to talk to him about it. My question for the night is this. And wait,
why are y'all still on the Kyle Pitts train? We're not getting Kyle Pitts.
Hold up. Wait. Let me go ahead and do a mic check. Hold on, I got to do a mic check here.
Mic sound nice, check 1. My mic sound nice, check 2. My mic sound nice, check 3. Are you ready?
Mike, what's up over there, man? What do you mean they're on the Kyle Pitts track?
Someone's like 13 days until we get Kyle Pitts. Oh, screw Kyle Pitts. He ain't coming to Dallas.
You know who that is, man. That's my man Joseph Collin, man. He's on the Kyle Pitts train.
Kyle Pitts
He's
is not
on the
coming
Kyle
to
Pitts
Dallas.
train. It's this where I wish DMV was already here because I want to talk to him about
that
this.
man.
Now, here's my thing. Here is my thing right here. I am concerned that the Cowboys are doing what the Cowboys do. And that is that they get into Miss Anita Appleman. How you doing, Miss Anita? Oh, let me get Lisa. What's up, Lisa? Because I don't think I got you before. Lisa.
That's right.
What? What's right?
Raymond Jr. has it right. Sertan. We don't need Pitts. Sertan.
Lisa, I got you in for the ladies' drawing as well here because I don't think I got you there before.
Kyle Pitts will be gone by the time we pick.
Here's my thing: the Cowboys,
He's the
the
second best
Dallas
player.
Cowboys,
Second-rate best player. in
for
the
whatever
draft.
reason, don't seem to like. Oh, come on in, man. What you knocking for? Nah, man, sit your ass down. Don't let me get Charles Haley on you. Sit your ass down.
Wait. Were you at home using that Manscaped?
Yeah, man.
Hold on.
The Manscaped got me linked.
Hold it.
That's why you lady trying to get fresh.
Yeah, I was getting fresh.
Welcome to the stage here. I'm glad you came in when you did because there were some things I wanted to talk to you about. All right.
But
this is, in case you guys forgot, this is DMV.
You want to get
And
the
it's
sponsor
been-
out of the way?
Well, you know, I want
wanna
to
get-
ask him, okay? This is really important because it's been about, 7 weeks or so since
Something
you've been
like
here?
that. Oh yeah, something like that.
Okay. How's the Manscaped work for you?
Hey, look, man. I put something on before I came out. Hey, the Manscaped is definitely like if you haven't got one of those kits, you need to get one because look, that stuff. I don't think I can go a day without it. To be honest with you, can't go a day without it.
Goddamn Chewbacca over here.
No,
I heard about a 5 o'clock shadow, but 5 o'clock shadow on
Can't go
your
a day.
balls. What the fuck? Hold up. Come on, man.
nah, man. Look, the hygiene, everything else outside of the clippers and everything else. But yeah, the products are pretty good. Michael Anthony Fitness told me that, and he was absolutely right. Products are like that.
Well, so okay, I'm old, but I actually I haven't used my razor blade in weeks. I actually been using it to edge up.
Oh,
no, but look at that nice clean cut.
I see you, man.
No, it shoots, and it doesn't cut too low where I get like hair bumps because we get that problem and everything else. But guys, I know a lot of you thinking, well, I don't care, man. I like my hair. You know what? I can tell you what, we got the ladies in here. We're going to be doing a giveaway for them. I can guarantee you they'll tell you, clean your shit up. Okay. They don't want that shit. Clean your shit up.
Right.
Okay. See me, I was telling people, my back, as soon as I got one, my wife just took it and went, I was like, where'd all that come from? Your back? She's like, you like a damn silverback up in here. I said, I didn't know that, man. I'm like, what's his name, man? I lost my mojo.
Uh-huh.
That's how bad.
Did you feel like 10 pounds lighter?
I felt more aerodynamic. I can understand now why swimmers, cut all their hair off their body, man. I was like, ooh, I'm just gliding right through.
Yeah,
things,
absolutely.
man. But anyway, if you decide, or if your lady decides that you need, it's really cool because it's got a light on it too. Just like my major power tools that I have in my workshop, all my DeWalt ones, they all have a light on them now. Just like my Manscaped. It can do that major work and stuff for you guys. So if you need one, and you do, I need to get the lawnmower because I need to get the hair growing out my ears and my nose. That's see, you don't have that problem. You got plenty of hair. But that's the thing that's crazy. You ever see a bald guy, but he got all his hair, got a whole bush growing out his ears? It's like you get old, it stops growing on your head, but it comes out your ear. I don't understand it.
Hey, look, I hope that I never have to deal with that.
Oh, you will. You will, because I used to say that too, but it's like now, yeah, let me take my Manscaped and kind of, edge up around the, yeah. Yeah. And see, it's even worse because, see, you got to understand that with me doing woodworking and stuff, when you get sawdust and stuff,
Yeah.
it shows up. So it looks like my nose and from the sawdust, and then you see this cloud where it really emphasizes the hair coming out. So that's not a good look.
Yeah.
So get your Manscaped, okay?
Get your
and
Manscaped.
If you do, use Jobu Sports and you get 20% off. All right?
Yes, sir.
There. Okay, we took care of business there. Did I scare off all the ladies? Out at my job, I work for the church daycare. Oh, I hope they're not all listening to me talking about Manscaped at your church, Jessica.
And you may have scared them away to go buy one for their man.
The pastor's probably saying, "Yeah, get your Manscaped. I got mine." Okay, I'm sorry, Lord.
Now it's all
Forgive me on
good.
that one. Okay, so got a couple of things, hot button issues here today. The question for the night is: have the Dallas Cowboys done enough this offseason? Because today, there's still the KJ Wright situation. Do you think KJ Wright would have made us a better team?
Absolutely. I do.
Okay, so the Browns were happy that they signed Clowney, right? And I'm just sitting there like, you do know he's only had 3 sacks the last 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, but also
$25 million.
Yeah, but also keep in mind too that the Browns were they were in the AFC champion. They weren't in the AFC championship.
Yeah, but I'm
they
just
played the Chiefs pretty tough. You know what I mean in the divisional round. So the Browns are in a better situation than we are, where they can add a Clowney and feel happy.
But no, it's not a matter of adding. I'm just saying that I still believe he's a stiff.
Maybe, but keep in mind their defense is already solid. So adding him,
okay, all right, look, let's stop right there. So they added him yesterday, and they let Sheldon Richardson go today.
I'm not big on letting big defensive linemen go though. You know what I'm saying? Good one.
I want to read to you his stats from last year. Okay. Now, people are going to say 4.5 sacks. Pfft, that's nothing.
That don't say nothing about the double teams.
Okay, but hold on. Clowney
Yeah.
got 3 in the last 2 years as an outsider edge rusher, defensive tackle. Okay, so hold up. I'm looking at the numbers right here. I want to give it to you exactly as it is. He had 3 pass defenses. Okay, from a defensive tackle. 1 forced fumble, 4.5 sacks, 35 solo tackles, 29 assists, 5 tackles for loss, 10 quarterback hits. Thoughts from a defensive tackle?
That's pretty good. My question is, why the hell aren't we looking at him? You know why?
Because we're cheap. But the thing is, but here's the thing, and this is where people say, well, you wanted Dontari Poe. Well, Dontari Poe wasn't trending the way he was. The year before in Cleveland, he had 62 combined tackles, 43 solos, 3 sacks, 19 assists, 4 tackles for a loss, and 6 quarterback hits. So this is his MO, and you look at his statistics. The guy has not missed a game since 2017, and it was only 1. And he only missed 1 in 2016.
Yeah.
I know he's 30 years old. Now, the Cleveland Browns released him because it was $12 million. I dare say I'd rather have him than Clowney.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what they did. They saved $2 million basically by bringing in Clowney and getting rid of Sheldon Richardson.
Well, you also got to keep in mind this, too. We're getting closer to the draft. Maybe they're in a position right now where they can get Christian Barmore and not have to fight anybody for him. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Or
maybe. Okay. All right. Well, here's my thing. Okay. So the thing that's interesting about Clowney signing is they put all these. It's a 1-year deal, but they put 2 or 3 voidable years on it. His cap number is only $3 million this year.
okay.
And that's the thing that everybody who signed all these big name players, be it J.J. Watt and all that, they're basically getting about $3.5 million for this year because they're just doing all the voidable years. It's all bullshit. So you can't say that it's money that stopped you signing him. Because here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and I'll be on your side of the fence for once. Had the Cowboys said, you know what, we'll put a few voidable years with KJ Wright and Sheldon Richardson, I'd be okay if they said we're going to trade up and get Kyle Pitts. I would be okay with that because I'd look and say,
Me too.
you got a better linebacker than what you've got there. You've got now a great guy to put in the rotation at the nose, right? We're going to be better at the point of attack, right? And we've got enough picks that we can still, add a safety and a cornerback.
And then I'll say this to you. Even with them not being able to recognize pro talent, do you still trust them to put the right defensive player here at number 10, number 44?
They did pretty good with Diggs last year.
That was a second-round pick.
Yeah, that's second round, right?
I mean, we're good at second-round picks.
Sports with a comma.
So
Shout
44,
out to you.
yeah.
Shout out to you. For the $5 holla holla.
Second round pick. Oh, no. I mean, first was CD and then, yeah.
Both of them were good picks. Actually, Gallimore was a good pick. What was it, fourth round?
Third. I think third. Gallimore, I think it was third. Or am I wrong? Third. And then fourth was Badish.
Okay. I think you're right. I think you're right.
But if you put that into the rotation, to me, that would be good. Now, here's the thing. I think I'm sitting here thinking in my mind, now this is going to be a crazy scenario with KJ Wright. KJ Wright wasn't injured last year, had a really good season, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it surprising that he hasn't been signed by somebody? Now, I know most teams right now are going to say, we'll wait till after the draft because after May 3rd, if you sign somebody, it doesn't count against you for compensatory picks.
I think KJ Wright thought he was going to be in Dallas.
But here's what I'm thinking. This is crazy. But I'm thinking that, you know how when everybody leaves Seattle, it's usually they're pissed off? Remember Russell Wilson was before his last contract, it was
absolutely.
like, either you pay me by the 15th or I will never sign another long-term deal. And he wanted to get out. Earl Thomas literally gave them the finger.
Well, yeah, apparently our front office, we thought our front office was bad. Everybody in Seattle hates it.
Well, so
even the front office guys, because remember the guy who was with the Redskins, what the hell was his name? Scott
McLuhan?
Yeah. He was there too and was out. And he's the guy that's kind of responsible for helping put together that Super Bowl team.
Okay, so here's my thing. Is it possible that the Cowboys and him have a wink-wink deal? And he's basically saying, I'll wait till May 3rd to sign so that way Seattle doesn't get jack. Because if he signs a $10 million, or 2-year deal,
they get a
compensatory pick.
Yeah.
And it's just like, scorched earth. I don't want them to get shit. They didn't want to pay me. They've screwed over, my other teammates and stuff. Is that conceivable or am I just crazy?
I don't think that it's that. I think it could be that, but I also don't think that either side is thinking that smartly. I don't think Dallas is like, hey, we're gonna wait until after the draft so they don't get a compensatory pick. I think Dallas is waiting until after the draft because
the
they're cheap as
Cowboys
hell.
would lose one because of Andy Dalton signing. Andy Dalton, $10 million deal. Right now they haven't signed anybody in kind, so we might get maybe a fifth.
Well, I just don't think that that's what Dallas is thinking. I just think that after the draft is just they can be cheap.
You just think they're ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well that could be a lot to that. Frank Fleece.
Frank.
All right, so
Frank.
you just think that the Cowboys will just not even consider it?
Nah. If he's not signed right now, or he didn't get signed then, I think that everything waits until after the draft.
Yeah, we'll see if somebody else. I don't think he'll wait until after the draft.
Probably not. Probably not.
Okay, so the next question I have for you is Mac Jones. Tell me what you think about Mac Jones.
I'll tell you what I've always thought about Mac Jones. I don't think Mac Jones is really as hyped up as he's becoming, but I knew that a quarterback was going to sneak up. I knew that a fourth quarterback was going to sneak up in there. Remember, I thought it might have been Kyle Trask, but he didn't participate in the Senior Bowl. Mac Jones did. Mac Jones had an opportunity for scouts to fall in love with him before any of the other quarterbacks because of the Senior Bowl.
Okay, so we figured Trevor Lawrence, Terrence Faulkner. Thank you very much for that super chat. Okay, so we think that Trevor Lawrence will go to Jacksonville. Fields is going to go to the Jets.
Nah, I think that's probably Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you think Justin Fields will go to?
That's where it's tricky because a lot of experts are saying that Mac Jones goes to San Francisco.
Okay,
that's where it's tricky because it's either Justin Fields or Mac Jones.
Well, right. So, but he's still in the conversation for the third quarterback.
Then Carolina's looking at
so this is where
too.
it gets tricky because where's Justin Fields from? He's from Georgia. He's a Georgia boy. Who picks number 4? Atlanta.
Okay.
So if Mac Jones is San Francisco, do you think Atlanta passes up on Justin Fields?
I don't know. Well, let's deal with Mac Jones right now.
Okay, Mac Jones.
There's another part to this, and I want to actually play this clip from Colin
People
Cowturd.
want to see Mac Jones as Tom Brady. Tom Brady's got one of the best cold weather arms in the history of the league. He's one of the most accurate throwers. He was drafted by a Major League Baseball team. He's a much better athlete. Mac Jones is not even the same galaxy as Tom Brady. Tom's bigger with a better arm. So finally, San Francisco's coming to their senses. The 49ers are coming to their senses. Albert Breer, who I trust. Benjamin Albright today comes out. San Francisco, a lot of buzz. Niners, Justin Fields. Mike Silver, a guy I trust. 49ers, Justin Fields. People see what they want to see. There's been already a Justin Fields myth debunked this week. That he always throws to the first read, that he's not somehow capable, smart enough, cognitively can't go to a second read. Been totally debunked.
That was some bullshit.
Yeah.
Because blogs don't check on anything. Nobody checks on anything. It's a post-truth society. Just throw crap out there. It sticks. Mac Jones, we've suddenly elevated him to, he is so cagey. I hear this a lot. He is so smart. His judgment is unprecedented. I'm not saying the kid can't succeed in the NFL. But give me a break. Everybody sees what they want to see with these guys. We're making crap up with Justin Fields.
No, that's a fact.
The other thing is we have to acknowledge that Alabama players often don't perform at the NFL
Kenny
level.
over to new members.
And they
Shout
used
out
to say this about
Email
Tom
me
Osborne,
CowboysMark
the legendary
94
coach at Nebraska. That
Gmail.
Osborne and Nick Saban are such good coaches at the college level that the kids they have peak. They peak in college. They don't have another gear. Now, Julio Jones was great in college, great in the NFL. I'm not saying they don't have.
That's actually enough. So here's my question. When Dak Prescott was drafted and he ended up falling to the 4th round, what was one of the reasons why they said he fell there?
Inaccuracy.
Yeah, but what else?
Quite honestly, I can't even tell you why.
When I watched some people said it was the DUI he had.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Was it that, or was it the fight that he got into too?
Well, they said
it was
a lot of
the
people.
same incident.
A lot of people will say because he had a DUI was one of the reasons why he fell all the way to the 4th round, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, some stuff is coming around about Mac Jones.
That he had 2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them.
You know why that doesn't matter. I don't gotta say that.
But there's another incident that now again it happened, I think 6 or 7 years ago, but he was wearing a costume that was kind of a racist costume.
I mean,
so I'm not trying to condemn him, but his sister had the picture on it. She deleted it and everything else from their Twitter or Instagram account. My question is how come that hasn't hurt him at all? 2 DUI, and you heard him say it's coming through that he's got great judgment. Well, 2 DUIs to me says that's not great judgment.
we already know what it is. And honestly, the fact that we're even discussing Mac Jones at number 3 is exactly what's been happening for years. Now, Stephen A. Smith is coming out, and, Stephen A. Smith came out with why is Justin Fields being looked at the way that he is.
They said his judgment about baseball because he played baseball.
Yeah. We know what it is, man. It happens every year. It happened with Lamar Jackson. They did the same thing with him. I mean, it is what it is. The black stereotype is real when it comes to the quarterback position, and there's a lot of made up things. A lot of the time, it is. It is what it is. Oh, you ever starting to sound familiar? Oh, he struggles with reads.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they just said about Justin Fields?
Well, usually they'll say great athlete. Great athlete. That was always what, at least back in my day, they would say,
he should move positions.
Yeah. Well, Colin Cowherd's the same guy that said that Dak Prescott should be a tight end.
He actually did play. He actually did play tight
Well,
end.
he should be a tight end. He also with Lamar Jackson, he said that his completion percentage is terrible and everything else, and he stinks.
Yeah, but he
turned around with Josh Rosen and said, "Oh well, completion percentage is overrated." And it was like, wait a minute. Which is it? The thing that I believe happens more times than not is people don't do their own homework. I think a lot of times what happens is you hear the Mel Kipers, the Todd McShays, and all of a sudden they get on a guy's bandwagon and say, "Oh, check this guy out." And they then all of a sudden everybody else just says, "Oh yeah, that's the guy." Remember when everybody was talking about Tua? Tank for Tua?
Yeah, tank for Tua.
Oh, Tua, he's going to be generational and stuff. And stuff. And this is why
he's injury prone.
Well, this is the thing that always gets me because, and I'm not saying that Kyle Pitts will be that one, but there's been so many times that you get guys that say, "Oh, he's generational." Trent Richardson, Tony Mandrich, Andrew Luck. And I'm sitting here going through, and I've been trying to find one of these players that they said, other than Peyton Manning, is going to be a generational talent that's got a Super Bowl ring or is in Canton.
Well, it was a Ryan Leaf.
I do think that Andrew Luck was on his way, though. I do.
But he's injury prone.
Injuries took him out.
Yeah, and he decided to leave on his own. It wasn't that he was playing bad. He was playing well.
Well, but he realized his body was failing him.
Yeah.
But how many times have we heard about this being the guy?
Yeah, true. And then
they fall flat on their face.
And then look at it this way. Like that same draft you're talking about, Andrew Luck, then they had RG3, then they had some other guys. Russell Wilson slips to the third round.
And Kirk Cousins even in the fourth. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins is, the be all end all, but he's doing better than those two guys.
If you ask me, if you could find you a solid quarterback in the third or the fourth round that you can develop, you probably have a better chance of doing that than finding a first round guy. In my opinion, just depending on how the structure of your team is already set. If you're trying to develop a quarterback. Now, in certain cases, they have no choice but to go quarterback, and quarterback has to take his lumps. But there's a lot more first-round failures at the quarterback position than there are wins.
Without a doubt. I mean,
it's not even close. I mean,
when you start, just go through. Let's see. Tell you what, let's look at this. Since 2010, these are quarterbacks drafted in the top 10. Sam Bradford, number 1 pick.
He was injury prone.
Bust.
Trash. I'd call it what it is. Trash.
Injury prone.
2011, Cam Newton was first.
Pretty good. I think Cam Newton's had a pretty good career.
All right.
Yeah.
Blaine Gabbert was 10th.
Trash.
Jake Locker was 8th.
Trash.
Okay. 2012, Andrew Luck was first.
Pretty good.
And RG3 was second.
Trash.
13 and 14, nobody taking the top 10. 2015, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota.
Trash.
Backups.
And I still think Mariota can play. I do. I think he can.
Jared Goff in 2016, Jared Goff, and then Carson Wentz 1 and 2.
Traded.
I think Wentz is going to be better than Indy, but trash.
I don't.
But from what we've seen, trash.
You seen the schedule they got to play? He's going to play some tough defenses.
But they're a good team, though. They're a good team, and they're a tough defense, and they have a really good line.
Okay, all right.
And he's with the coach that coached him the best, and they can run the football.
All right. 2017, Trubisky and Pat Mahomes.
Trash, good. Oh, no, trash and great.
Great. 2018, Baker Mayfield was first. Sam Darnold was third.
Baker's okay. Donald, trash.
Josh Allen 7th, and Josh Rosen.
Good, trash.
Josh Rosen, I think, is
that's 50%.
Third round.
That year was actually pretty good. Okay.
And then Lamar Jackson went that year too, right?
Yeah, but this is only top 10.
Okay, top 10. Okay.
Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones.
Good, trash.
And then 2020 was Joe Burrow, Tua, and Justin Hubert.
Too early to tell, but I think that all three of them are solid. I mean, Tua, he got benched a couple times. Yeah, I mean, he came off a hip injury though.
No, he had more than the hip. I looked at his injury.
Yeah, he had
it was the
knee and everything. Yeah,
and it was more than just a
Okay,
hip.
so by looking at that,
it was a lot of trash that I said though. It's a lot of trash.
there's a lot of trash. So by looking at this, over the course of the last 11 drafts, as we go through and we start looking at Trevor Lawrence and Mac Jones and Justin Fields and, on all these quarterbacks, chances of teams actually getting that franchise quarterback don't look real good.
They don't. Yet they still pick it.
They got no choice. This is the thing. I think Stephen Jones said this. When you draft out of need, players look a lot better than if you weren't desperate.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, to me, it's like if my car broke down today and I don't have a backup car and I got to go to work tomorrow, I need to get something to drive. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say, oh, hey, that looks really good. As opposed to being able to take my time and really look and shop around and get the best deal and make sure I get something that's going to do exactly what I need. Out of desperation, man, if I don't get to work tomorrow and this week, I'm going to lose my job. I got to get something. And that's where I think a lot of the times you get quarterbacks that people say, hey, this guy looks a lot better than what I got. He'll be fine. And then you end up finding out they bust. The other thing I think that also happens too is you go to a big school, a football factory, and you got a lot of talent around you. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be quite as good when you have great players that are there. You are, a big fish in a little pond. You get to the NFL, and now everybody's good. And then you find out you're not really as good as you were because of the talent around you. Now, maybe I'm wrong on that. But see, this is like, to me, you see a lot of guys who went to schools that weren't football factories, that had to bust their ass because they didn't have a lot of talent around them. They end up performing, and they're kind of like, where'd this guy come from? Why didn't somebody scout him? Because they all focus in on the big name players, the big schools.
That happened with Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time.
Well,
he looked like a bus coming out of the.
But you didn't look. The thing
he can be a bust in the 6th round.
But you didn't look at Tom Brady
he
from
looked like
college.
a bus.
He didn't do that much in college.
He didn't. He was a leader though. He was a leader and he was drafted in the 6th round. And the things that he did well, you couldn't measure. Mm-hmm. Like if you go look at his combine, he looked like a little wimpy. He looked like Captain America before he took all the steroids.
He looked like he was a ball boy out there at the combine. Let's be clear. He looked like a freaking ball boy. If somebody said, this guy is going to win 7 Super Bowls, you would have been, come on, man.
Yeah, facts.
It's like, what you smoking, man? Pass the Dutchie from the left-hand side. All right, so who do you think is going to be the quarterbacks that'll be good ones?
I think Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields, I think, will be a good quarterback. I do.
And the rest of them, you think will be?
And the other one that I think will be a good quarterback is I think Kellen Mond will be a good quarterback.
Okay.
Kellen Mond is going to have a chip on his shoulder. He's going to have an opportunity to sit.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these guys are going to need to sit, and they're not going to sit. Zach Wilson, nobody the Jets has is ever any good because they can't afford to sit him.
Yeah. And they usually don't have a line to protect them.
Exactly. So what are they going to do? What the Jets should have done is they should have protected Sam Darnold. They should have they should have kept Sam Darnold, and they should have protected him.
Mm-hmm.
They went ahead and decided to trade him or whatnot.
For a ham sandwich.
They were in a position to get Penei Sewell at number 2. Then you got another 2nd-round pick to build around the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't build around Sam Darnold ever. He didn't have a fair shake there. I think he'll be better in Carolina, but I think the Jets
definitely. I mean, the Jets
made the wrong call here. I think
the Jets get good players and then they don't want to pay them. I think about my man Demario Davis. I think about Jamal Adams.
The whole defense, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had really good players on the team, and they just kind of let them go. Although they did get 2 number 1s for Adams, but still, they have the Jets are just a mess. Not that we have room to talk with the Cowboys, so to speak. And since you haven't been in here for a while, Kenny Orton, thank you. Defense. What is your feeling right now with the Cowboys? I know you want Kyle Pitts, but I think Kyle Pitts is going to
It's not just Kyle Pitts, though. I think they should draft offense at number 10. I think they should draft
just
offense.
because your thought is the Cowboys are good at usually getting offensive players in the first round and terrible at getting defensive players.
Oh, come on.
And I think there'll be 4 quarterbacks that go in the top 10 before we get a pick. So the offensive talent that's going to slide down, like I think that there'll be 2 tackles there possibly. You're looking at Penei Sewell. How you pass up Penei Sewell?
If he's there, then you have
or
to
Slater. How do you or
again? I'd have
Surtain.
no problem with that if we had done a little bit more in free agency.
Surtain
I'm
all
sitting here
day.
looking at other teams that are saying, "Yeah, we were pretty good last year. Let's load up for Bear. Let's bring a few more players in here. Let's take some risks." The Cowboys, it's like they're scared little bitches to make any signings of free.
Fact.
Oh, we might have a guy that might not. We're only going to spend $1 million here on this guy, and you don't take any risks. You can't do it all. I mean. You can't do it all from the draft.
Surtain,
and you
I
can't
agree.
certainly build a team solely by free agents. But you can fill in the holes and make it better for you, short-term pain. And especially now that you got the new tool of voidable years. You know the cap is going to be flying and growing up. Are you literally saying we are so good because we're going to get Tyron Smith back and Lyle Collins and, we got Dan Quinn as our coach that we're a Super Bowl team?
No.
I mean, but apparently they think that. They heard our defense is already better because we got Dan Quinn.
Now, I'll tell you this, though. The only reason, the big reason that I want Kyle Pitts at number 10 has a lot to do with who you have behind the center. You got a quarterback.
Yeah, well, you got a quarterback.
It's not going to fail if you got that quarterback. You got him.
I just don't think that us scoring that 30.
We're not going to. Well, what defensive player is going to help us at this point? We're not doing anything.
If we're not doing anything, you mean currently on the defense?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I think they'll be better. One because I think Dan Quinn will actually have more of a plan. I think. Looking back and hearing some of the things that, God, I can't remember his name now, had said. Basically, he was talking about the players. We're finding out things that the players like to do.
Are you talking about Mike?
And that's where you started seeing D-Law going from standing up. He's always had his hand in the dirt.
We talking about Mike Nolan?
Mike Nolan, yeah. That was kind of like, we don't really know. That reminded me of my senior year when we had lost so many seniors on our football team.
Yeah.
They basically came to us and said, we're going to give you the opportunity to play whatever position you want to. Except they're like me, you're going to play offensive guard. You're the offense. You're not changing positions. But it was kind of like, we just really don't know, so we're just going to try some shit that you feel comfortable with. And when he said that, it kind of rang a bell, and it felt like deja vu. But I was kind of like, it's just trying to fit everything to the players, because they had said where it's not about scheme as much as the players.
That's where I got lost.
So I ended up falling into that, but in reality was I'm not sure they knew what they really wanted to do or be, or what the identity was going to be, and that showed with the players. Now that's not to say that Jalen Smith's all of a sudden going to become great again. I don't know.
He might be better,
but he can't do much worse than what he did.
And then I'll ask this question too.
Sports with comma.
Since we didn't sign KJ Wright, what have we done? Who helps us at number 10 to stop the run? Because everybody keeps saying, like Michael Anthony Fitness too, Patrick Surtain. How does that help us in the run?
Me, okay, you know what I'm.
No, I know what you want. I
would rather trade back and get Barmore. Okay, listen, if we traded back and could still get a really good cornerback, I'm okay with that, and take our 2 number ones, trade back in, and get Baltimore. Then I got 2 players for 3 picks.
Sounds good.
Okay,
but you need somebody to come up and get a quarterback,
right? Well, if that
4 might be gone. Ain't nobody coming up to get that. Ain't nobody coming to get that 5th one.
Okay, and that may be true.
Yeah,
that to me, I would rather have that, because then I'm taking care of 2 positions, as opposed to people that say trade up. Because if I trade up and miss,
but the Bengals,
that's multiple picks that I missed on.
Five might be.
So
gone.
there's no way I'm trading up. Not from 10.
I'm with you. I wouldn't trade up. I would not. I would not trade up from 10.
I'm coming to you, Elizabeth.
David Wiley.
Ooh,
damn.
Well, we need to get him a big trophy too.
I thought you already had a big one.
They got a baby one. A baby one.
Oh, well, damn. Damn.
My baby needs
Shake it thing. Wow.
Hey, we'll
Okay.
get
All right. So
we'll get out to you tomorrow.
Well, we're going to be doing a drawing here in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes for one. And David, well, we already got your address. We'll get you. You know, I got some more that are in the works here. We'll get you out there.
Yeah, we'll get you one.
So,
Okay, well, you say B. Moore is okay. You'd rather have Marvin Wilson. You know, I don't. You know, as long as I've got a.
I'd rather have Marvin Wilson too.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go ahead and look at him a little more.
best
Stuff,
players wanna be there.
but to me, we've done everything. We have gone through. We've gotten cornerbacks. We've gotten edge rushers. We've gotten linebacker. Why don't we try something different and say, let's try and see if we can get a defensive tackle?
Well, I thought free agency was the time to get defensive tackle. Personally, I thought it was.
A couple of big bodies out there that could have been helping.
Yeah, we're too afraid to give up a 6th round pick for a defensive tackle that's a starter. So that's So
Q.
I'll just be honest with you, because it's actually crazy when I think about it. When we look at the last 10 years, like we had 5 different defensive coordinators. We also had 4 different offensive coordinators, but it's the same system.
Yeah.
And we haven't missed on offense because there's continuity there. Defense, every philosophy has been different. That's why I'm afraid to pick a defensive player at number 10, because we don't know if Dan Quinn going to be here next year. If Dan Quinn balls out and we have a great defense, he's gone. And then we're back to square one.
Good point.
If Kellen Moore has a great year offensively and moves on somewhere, the offense is probably going to be a very similar system.
Daniel
And we're not going to
Hernandez.
move on from it. And whoever we pick at number 10 is going to flourish.
Maybe. Or maybe Dan Quinn takes over for Mike McCarthy.
Or maybe Dan Quinn stinks and he's out again.
Well, defensively, okay. Now, again, there's some guys that are great coordinators but are not head coaches. Look at Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips, you cannot argue with his record as a defensive coordinator, but his record as a head coach, Lisa, you're wanting a whole lot.
I agree.
Norv Turner, great. I mean, he did great things in Carolina with Cam Newton there before Cam Newton, succumbed to a whole bunch of injuries. But when he was a head coach for the Chargers, who was head coach for Washington, just average. And it's a difference. And this is where I was saying that there's a difference between being a position coach and being a coordinator, because I have to, if I'm a quarterback coach, I've physically got to teach you how to play. Whereas a coordinator is the guy who has a vision for what I want to be done, and it's up to those position coaches to teach it. So it's a philosophy versus a teaching skill. Head coach is a CEO. Your job is to make sure that you got the people there that can come up with a philosophy.
You got to staff right. You got to pretty much steer the ship.
Brian SoCal, what's up? So to me, that's a whole different set. So when you look at Dan Quinn as, he was a defensive line coach originally, and then he was defensive coordinator and stuff. Great defensive mind, which is why he got the head coaching job. But he although he did get them to a Super Bowl. I'm talking about Atlanta. He did get them to a Super Bowl.
He did. As a head coach.
As a head coach. Of course, people will say, oh, he sucks. But I look back and say, how many coaches we had the last 25 years have gotten into a Super Bowl?
0. Zilch. Oh, man.
Right. So, do you have faith in Dan Quinn?
It just depends. Are we talking about him this year? Like, turn this back on track? Like, all right, so what degree are we talking about?
We ended up being 29th.
Do we improve? Like, do we become maybe 17th or something like that? If
we jumped up to 17th, then that'd be great.
I think he could do that with what we have right now. I do.
Rod Marnelli took us from 32nd to 19th, from 2013 to 2014. And the good thing about that defense was they were second in taking the football away. And that, my friends, is the key. Now, again, Marcellus Swatt, before you came here, I was listening to Speak for Yourself, and he was saying, and I loved how he did his whole hand thing like this as you're making the gumbo. He said, well, the Cowboys defense, they started, the second half of the season, they started to get it. I don't know if it was so much that they started to get it as it was the competition that they're playing. There's clearly a difference of playing Seattle versus Cincinnati without Joe Burrow. There's a difference between playing the Browns than there is playing the 49ers who are on their fourth-string quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could look at that and say, yeah, you're technically right. They were better. They went from 36 points a game to averaging 29 on the season. But was some of that the competition that they were facing? Now, they did get 12 takeaways in, 4 games?
Yeah.
Which was part of the reason why we were able to stay in games. Now, here's another one I'm going to throw at you here. Washington football team. Should we be scared?
They're still looking for a name.
I think so.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
It's not about Ryan Fitzpatrick, but
He's better
for one, what I will say
Garbe, thank you very much for that super chat. You're entered into the drawing. David Wiley, you're in the drawing. 5 minutes until we do our drawing, first drawing.
do I think that Fitzpatrick, for one, I don't think Fitzpatrick is the quarterback on that roster. I think that Heineke is the quarterback. If I know that they paid Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think you should be more scared of Heineke if they get him under center again, personally. But
Well, here's the interesting thing, because at first I was thinking, man, Fitzpatrick, man, he loves the deep ball and he won't give a rat's ass. But this is his 17th year in the NFL, and so I started, and I never really paid that much attention to his numbers.
He's almost as old as Tom Brady.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of miles on his ass. The best year that he had was 2016 yardage wise. I'm sorry, 2015. You're right. 3,900 yards, 31 TDs, but still had 15 interceptions. But if you take his career, the 17 years in totality, he averages like 13.7 TDs a game and 10 interceptions. He averages around 60.7 completion percentage. It's not exactly great, and averaged 6.9 yards per completion. So I'm sitting here thinking in my mind, is that better than Alex Smith was playing?
at this point, yeah, I think so. At this point,
But Washington, even before Alex Smith got hurt, they weren't exactly doing a whole lot with Alex Smith there.
they weren't. And I think that that's why the one thing I'll say about Washington is it just depends on who they draft, and they're in a position right now where they could get Merrick from TCU, and I'm like, oh my God, that's scary as hell. Mm-hmm. That's scary as hell for them to go ahead and get them a really good safety right there, the top safety in the draft.
Kathy Green.
Yeah,
okay.
And as Joseph is bringing up, Ron Rivera has led a team to the Super Bowl.
He has, but they weren't an offensive juggernaut. They were led by defense,
which is what Washington would do.
Yeah. So here's okay. So let's roll this back around to the Cowboys. Washington's now part of the reason. Okay, let's be clear here. Part of the reason why Washington won the division was the Eagles and the Cowboys were both. We were just terrible. I mean, we lost our quarterback. At least we had that excuse right there, and we were just decimated by injuries, which to me, I'm still trying to understand how the NFLPA said that there was less games missed last year due to injury, and they're attributing it to virtual reality workouts and shorter training camp. Do you actually believe that one? Were the Cowboys the only team? I mean, we must have just gotten the line.
I think that's bullshit. I think it's bullshit.
I'm sitting there looking. I don't ever remember as many injuries as we. I mean, we lost a quarterback, both of our tackles. We lost our second string tackles. We lost our center. We lost our guard. I mean, shit. We lost our tight end. I mean, it was just like, God damn, we lost everybody.
Yeah, because there wasn't
in-person workouts.
Well, the NFLPA is trying to say that, that last year there were less concussions and less games missed by players.
No, I'm trying to figure out. No, there's something like I just think it's an excuse for Dallas because other teams didn't deal with it like that. I look at Washington. We talked about this before on your show. They switched from a whole 3-4 to a 4-3 in the offseason, and they became one of the top defenses.
Yeah, but you know what? Minded owner.
I mean,
and
coach.
They've got some studs on defense.
But they had the same guys.
Well, they added Chase Young though. Chase Young's numbers.
Chase Young is a generational talent, and quite honestly,
and he made everybody else in that defensive line better.
That he did, and it was already a good defensive line.
That's what I'm saying. And so when you look at,
here's the crazy thing. This is why Cowboy fans. This is what's funny to me. Because everybody says we don't need Kyle Pitts. Did Washington need Chase Young?
Oh, hell yes.
Did they? Or was Chase Young just that good to where it's like, no, we're not passing them up? Because they already had a good defensive line. They had Kerrigan. Kerrigan had to ride the bench.
Yeah, Kerrigan, though, has been slowing down over the years. You have to look
but
at that
Kerrigan
and say, you have to look at him and say, it's time to start replacing him.
Was Kerrigan right then and there a better player than Blake Jarwin or Dalton Schultz?
Yes.
That's my point. If you get a good player, if you get a really good player, and it's not going to hurt you, but make you better, you get them.
I see your point on that one, but, I'm going to raise you.
Washington could have used a quarterback. They could have got a quarterback there.
But here's the thing that the difference is that defense is really helping the offense because they were able to stop people. They were able to get them in good field position. They were able to get takeaways and things.
Was Washington a better?
Kyle Pitts is not going to help my defense.
Was Washington closer to being a great defense then, or would an offensive player have made them better?
Hold up. Let me look at the numbers here because
so many players drafted,
where they went.
Some hit.
And again,
but a lot of Bama guys are busts, semi-busts, or just really average. Because Nick Saban is so great, he squeezes everything out of them. This is what they said with Tom Osborne. Nebraska dominated.
I don't want to hear you anymore.
I'm pretty sure their defense was way better than their offense. I'm 1,000% sure their defense was way.
It was better than their offense.
Way closer, and they switched from a 3-4 to a 4-3.
Even without Chase Young, the offense, the
Let's
defense
see, where
was better
were
than
they
their
ranked
offense.
At actually 2019. Damn, actually they weren't that good. They were 27th in scoring, 27th in yards, and 15th in takeaways in 2019.
So what was their? Because we already knew their defensive line was good. They added a defensive lineman.
But see, let's be clear here. This goes back to my premise. If you have a great defensive line, it makes the whole defense better.
It does.
Okay, so you went from 27th in yards, points, and 15th in takeaways, and let's go to the. I love pro.
I know that their offense was trash.
So they went from 27th to 4th and 2. Okay,
it was a no-brainer to take Chase there, though.
Okay, but back to your premise that they had a good defense. They were 27th.
What was their offense? I asked, what was they closer? Were they closer to making it a better defense, or were they better?
Let me go back. They ended up with 25 for points and 30 in yards this year. Let's go back to the year before. They were 32nd and 31st. So they were ass. And they were just less ass.
But their defensive line was their strength. That was my point.
That wasn't much of a strength, though. I mean, well, okay.
Compared to the offense.
Although Montez Sweat did not do that much his first year. Montez Sweat got better the second year.
Yeah, I mean, that's with any defensive player for the most part. I mean, unless it's a linebacker.
Right, okay, I will dare say this much. Which do you think was worse, the 2019 Washington defense or the 2021 Dallas Cowboys offense? Which one do you look at and says, need a lot more help there? I mean, they were 27 and 27. I know this year was
Washington, in my opinion, couldn't have gone wrong with anything that they picked, but their defensive line,
as it was a good player.
Line was a strength, though. Is my point.
Okay. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
I hear what
that's all
you're saying.
I'm just saying the
But-
defensive line was a strength, and they went there when they could have gone.
David Wiley.
They could have gone. I mean, they could have traded back. They could have traded back and got an offensive player
All right.
and got a pick.
We're going to agree to disagree on that. Okay. I agree that Kyle Pitts would help our offense some.
But it's going to help the defense.
But we got so much.
He ain't gonna help the
far to
defense.
go
It
with
will
the-
help the defense because we can't score touchdowns. We kick field goals. We kick field goals.
Your
That's the
offense-
difference.
Okay. If you had an average defense, your offense is more than capable.
Okay, so again, which defensive player?
Wait.
Which
Understand-
defensive player?
Wait. Hold up.
Which defensive player
Understand-
takes us from 32nd to 4th?
Stop. I don't. Hopefully, several will. But my point being is this: with Dak, and we were going against some playoff teams, Seattle, Rams, Browns. 3 of the 5 games were against playoff teams. That's the cream of the crop, right? We were averaging 32.6 points a game against playoff teams. Okay,
Kicking a lot of field goals too.
But and this is without a Zeke Elliott that wasn't doing shit, right?
Zeke was balling those games. Zeke was having good games then, man. Zeke was not bad. Against the Rams, Zeke was kind of the offense. Zeke and Dak. Zeke didn't start falling off really like that until Dak went out.
He had a fumble. He was fumbling.
He's always been a fumbler. Y'all act like that is new. He's always been. In 2016, he had 5 fumbles. He's always been a fumbler.
Go to Pro Football Reference.
He's always been a fumbler.
2016.
That's nothing new.
2016 made the playoffs.
Yeah, and he was fumbling.
Okay, the Rams game, he had 108, 5.1. Oh no, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
That's his number.
That's,
But
hold on,
the fumbles are there, though, right? He's always been a fumbler.
Wait. That's not the game logs. I thought I had the game logs. Shit.
Because what people aren't realizing too is Zeke helped us in the passing game too.
Game logs. What? Wait.
Look, 96 start out with 96 and 89.
Wait a minute. Hold. Is that?
Go back now.
I saw Giants. State Sunday 1-3.
Yeah,
it's backwards.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
backwards. Yeah.
All right. So Ramsey at 9. Okay, so that was a good one. 89.
He stunk against
Atlanta.
Seattle.
Right. So Seattle, but we still scored 31. Cleveland 54. We scored 38.
Yeah, 8 catches for 71 yards that day.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Then he had 91 against the Giants because he was having a
Okay.
good game that game.
All
He
right.
was not playing bad.
All right. Tyron Smith played in 2 of those games. Lyle Collins played in none.
That helps.
Okay. So, and with that, okay, okay, of that, 3 of the 5 teams are playoff teams. You're still scoring 32.6 points a game. Right? That's against cream of the crop. If you had an average defense, okay, we were 29th and we gave up 29 points. If we were average defense that only gave up 24 points, you're winning a lot more of those games.
I think Pootie Bang said it the best. It was the scheme defensively. I don't know if it was the players as much.
You're trying to convince yourself.
No, but what
that
I'm
the
saying
defense
is, Mark,
isn't-
there is no Chase Young in this draft, bro. There is no Chase Young.
Then,
If there was, we would get him. I would say get him. If there was an Aaron Donald, I'd say get him.
well, you know what? Well,
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald, that's a whole
He's
other thing
generational
right there.
But Aaron Donald was drafted number, I think it was
15th?
11th or something like that
I thought
to
he
St.
was-
Louis. Something like that. But regardless, there is no Aaron Donald in this draft. There ain't. I think he was, I know it was before us. We picked 17th that year.
Yeah, I think
and we
he
ended
was
up getting
15th.
Zach Martin.
I think he was 15th.
Well, he still
Yeah.
went to the Rams that year, and they were picking before us.
The interesting thing on him was that whole incident. Did you see the film that his?
I didn't, but I heard about it.
It was yeah.
You know what helps us though? If we have a defensive lineman, that's that good, that takes your defense from Bloom to here.
Sheldon Richardson. Hello.
But we won't do anything in free agents. We won't. I mean,
He
so
was 13th pick. I was thinking 14th, but I mean 15th, but it's 13th. Then we picked 15th, and that's where it was. Hey, Miss Jackie, how are you doing? We're past time on the drawing here. Damn.
It is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, DMV.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Look. All right, we're going to do our first. Okay, we're going to do 2 drawings here. We're going to do our first drawing for the Super Bowl trophy. Are we spinning?
Let's see who we got. Oh. Tyson Kemp.
Tyson Kemp. Tyson Kemp. Tyson Kemp is our winner chicken dinner. Tyson Kemp. All right. Okay. So now we got to do another drawing. But we have the ladies over here in the bucket.
Oh, yeah.
I keep
got
the
the
ladies
ladies.
over here close to me.
Oh wow! You ever heard of? Oh, it's Title IX, I guess now, huh? You just
Oh, no, no.
they got everybody got their separate buckets.
All right. So let me a separate bucket.
No, I think it was Joseph or somebody.
Hold up. Wait.
Who suggested that he wanted to do something for the ladies.
All right, so here's what we're doing for the ladies here. Joseph Heatherly's wife, she has a Etsy craft sites with jewelry and all kinds of knickknacks and things like that. And they are sponsoring us tonight. And so we're going to have a piece of jewelry for the ladies. Who wants to pull it out of here? Mike, you want to pull it out? Mike.
DMV's the guest.
All right, so DMV's going to come
I
over.
do it every time, so let DMV.
Yeah, all right.
See which one he gets. Go around.
Which one of the ladies? For the ladies. Oh,
Dropped one, but
okay. You got to take the second one. Lola, you just got a rack. So Lola, yeah, we're not going to make you 2 times back to back. Miss Charles is our winner. Miss Charles, what's up, Miss Charles and Tyson Kemp? Those are our 2 winners tonight. All right. So you're saying there's nobody worthwhile in the first round for us to take in the draft for defense.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying how the board will probably fall because of the quarterbacks. The guy that I really want defensively, if it makes sense, if guys we don't want, is J.C. Horn.
I was thinking J.C. Horn
They
myself.
did have an interview with him, so he might be one of the guys. That
But
we're looking
if you ask me, do I want Panay Sewell, Rashawn Slater, Kyle Pitts, or J.C. Horn? I'm going to pick those guys before J.C. Horn. And I love J.C. Horn. I love J.C.
Oh, there's Tyson Kemp. Tyson Kemp, make sure you email me. And Miss Charles, I need you to email me and say, hey, I'm a winner chicken dinner.
Email us.
What's going to happen is it's actually going to come directly from Joseph's wife, Maya. So I just need your address and all that so I can forward to them. So congratulations to our winners. And I appreciate all the support from all of you great fans and stuff. Because we're going to, hey, are you ready for the draft?
Man, look, I was ready yesterday.
Hey.
I was ready yesterday, man. Look,
You know what?
we ain't signed nobody in free agency, so we ain't got nothing else but to look forward to this draft.
we have signed some bodies.
Okay, yeah, we have. I mean,
And I'm not going to condemn them because I think we actually have some guys that can actually, they're bargain basement, okay? I mean, Keanu Neal, you don't think Keanu Neal's going to help us?
this is better bargain basement shopping than we've done in a while, I think. I think Keanu Neal helps. I think KZ helps.
Well, here's what may be more beneficial to us than last year. Last year was such a pooch screw. We signed guys like Emerson Griffin and Dontari Poe, basically a training camp. So these are guys that, they weren't attached to a team. You didn't have them for OTAs, and you ended up having, 10 days of conditioning drills. And Dontari Poe was on the PUP list through most of the time. And they just weren't around long enough to get used to the scheme. And I think they just checked out, and it was just kind of like,
I just feel like the scheme was trash. And I feel like maybe they were good players, and maybe just the scheme was trash. I mean, every veteran had a problem with it. Veterans have been around. Veterans that had been around and had some success other places. Dontari Poe had success in Carolina.
He did.
Where else did he play? He played somewhere else. But Everson Griffin have been having success in Minnesota, where we know Mike Zimmer and those guys know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's on the free agent
Brandon
market
Carr went
still.
away, came back, went away, had more success in Baltimore than he ever had in
was
Dallas.
getting
Came back
interceptions.
here, pretty much told you it was trash.
Yeah.
Clinton Dix told everybody it was trash before it even started.
And they got kicked off the team for
Clinton
opening
Dix
their
had
mouth.
success in Chicago, maybe not so much Washington.
Yeah.
Or Green Bay, he was okay. He was
I think
solid.
the Raiders were talking to him for a while this offseason.
Every veteran told you this shit was trash. Sorry.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
It's okay.
I'm not.
Every veteran.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. But we have got to get a better result. Excuse me. Got to get a better result than what we had because it was just bad. I mean, that was okay. Scheme was one thing, but you honestly looked at effort on some of that stuff. I'm sorry, Xavier Woods. I am so glad that he is gone because I have.
He signed someone
I don't
else,
know.
too. I'm glad he signed someone else, too.
The shit he did last year. In
Maybe
comparison,
he didn't believe. Maybe he didn't believe
in
his
comparison
team.
to what he had done in the other in the years before, that guy looked like he had never played football before. The angles he was taking.
So did Poe. Poe looked like he had never
my-
played football before. I
You
really
know-
think they did not believe in what they were doing. The young guys had no choice because they didn't know anything different. But
Here's the thing. I wish they had actually, instead of Poe, sticking with him as long as they did, I wish they had gotten my man, the Canadian Bulldozer, out there sooner.
me too.
Gotten some, just play these young guys, see what you got, get some experience, and let it go. Because I think he's going to end up being pretty good for us.
But they didn't trust. They didn't trust that he was good enough to come in and do that.
You're getting blown out by 48 points by the Browns. What? Are you telling me he's going to do worse?
Nah, I'm not. I'm just saying what they do. I'm just telling you what they do. With the young guys, like think about it. We would draft corners. Think about it. I think he was hurt a little bit. Mo Claiborne, I don't even know if did he start his first game? Or did he start playing spot duty with somebody else and then they worked him into the starting lineup?
Claiborne, you mean when he was originally drafted?
Yeah.
He was injured.
I know he was
He
injured.
had a hurt, broken wrist.
Was
or
it a
something
wrist
like
or
that?
was it his hamstring that was torn up?
I think it was his wrist because he had surgery on his wrist and stuff. So he was didn't have training camp surgery. He was always fucking injured.
Because I want to say Byron Jones. I don't know if Byron Jones started his first game. I think Byron Jones was kind of in rotation with somebody. Might have been Scandrick
Well,
or somebody at the
Diggs
time.
was definitely starting his first game.
Yeah, he was. Different coach, though. Different coach. But yeah.
But see, that goes back to my original premise. Everybody talked about Morris Claiborne, best defender in the draft. Okay, everybody was on that bandwagon.
Traded up to get him, too.
And right, a first and a second to get him. So that means not only did you fuck up on your first round pick, that second round pick should have been a starter on your team. So that's why I hate trading up in the first round.
Me too.
I hate because you're risking
unless
too
you're
much.
getting a quarterback, it doesn't make sense.
Even a quarterback doesn't make sense. If you want a quarterback, you better be tanking.
Yeah, true.
I mean, well,
it technically worked out for Philadelphia when they did it. I mean, the quarterback didn't win them the Super Bowl, but that
I don't think it really helped them.
but you know what?
It helped them put the team together.
It helped, but they had a really good team all the way around. They had a great offensive
also
line.
worked
They
really good
ran
free
the ball
agency.
really well, and they had a great defense.
And they also were not afraid of free agency, and that's what a lot of these Super Bowl playoff teams are doing.
Free agency and trades because they traded for the running back from Miami.
Ajayi.
Yeah, Jay Ajayi.
I think he's out of the league now
Yeah,
because of injury.
But it was a great trade at the time.
It was.
Well, and the problem is they kept staying at the well and doing that over and over and over again. That's when they started bringing in older guys like Deshaun Jackson and things, and it ended up being he never performed for him, couldn't stay healthy, and so on. And then they became like this.
I fire Howie. Fucking fire him. Motherfucker! Stupid motherfucker! What an idiot! What an idiot! Dallas has Amari Cooper and Gallup, but we don't need a receiver. Are you kidding me? I don't want Justin Jefferson. He's ass.
I love it.
He's stupid. I fire his ass.
I'd fire his ass.
I fire his ass. I mean, Howie's got to be stupid. What are you doing? You just let Dallas take him.
Oh boy.
You
Everybody loves that clip. Somebody actually said, all I want for my birthday is you to play that clip. Everybody loves the misery of Philly 500 and things. And I love giving it to them.
I know.
So the draft party. Are you gonna be ready? We got a lot of coverage, man.
Hey.
We got 3 days.
If I didn't have to do homeschooling for my kids, I was like, man, you know what, man? I don't know how early Mark is going to set up, but I will day drink that day just to be ready.
We're going to have on draft day?
What?
Chopped cheese with bacon.
Oh, you know I'm here, man.
Uh-oh.
You know I'm here. It's no secret.
Miss Jackie said, Mark, you said Gerald McCoy would be a great player. Well, Gerald McCoy, I tell you what, Gerald McCoy, here's the thing about Gerald McCoy.
He's on the free
he
agent
got
market
injured,
still.
okay? But Gerald McCoy, when you looked at him, how he had slimmed down and was working out, that was one that had he not gotten injury, the freak injury, I think he would have been a great player for us. He was somebody who was all into the Cowboys because he was looking and saying, you mean we got 7 primetime games? You mean my family can see? You could actually see that he was excited about being here. I can't say the same about Dontari Poe.
Well, Dante Poe came over.
I just or Emerson Griffin, that they were excited about being a Dallas Cowboy, about doing that stuff. But the crazy thing about doing this is, tell me who is always right.
Nobody.
I look at guys that are on ESPN and, the Todd McShays and the Mel Kipers.
Their opinion.
Shit. How many times is Mel Kiper, should we say right? Because it'd be easier to say how many times he's right. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, because he's never right. Very few times have you looked and said, oh, he was dead on. That was a generational player, and he told us that. That dude is ass. So sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. But I did say that Dak Prescott was the right quarterback for the Cowboys. I did say that much at least.
And what you notice about a lot of
Walker,
Jim,
keep fighting the good fight. That's all I'm ever going to do, man. I'm going to keep fighting the good fight.
Jim Walker.
Appreciate that, man.
and you want to know.
Okay.
And you want to know something about these draft experts, what they started doing? I actually realized this when I was looking at Dane Brugler's guide.
What's that?
When you look at their final analysis, they won't say that this person's a generational talent or this person will be a can't miss. Now they start putting a lot of generic language in case the person isn't good. So it's actually like to the point where if you do enough research, you could be just as accurate as they can be. You could you can be just as accurate as they can be.
See, and herein lies my whole thing about mock drafts. I know people are like, man, do a mock draft, and it's just like, sorry, they're constantly changing and evolving.
The best thing for you to do is to pick one player.
It's meaningless. I mean, it's great for talking and all that, but I just ain't got that kind of time to go through and spend on it when it's going to change on a daily or weekly basis.
Yeah. Do you remember when Sam Darnold was supposed to be the number 1 pick, and then all of a sudden, like the week of, like the day before, it became Baker Mayfield?
Mm-hmm. Sure do. Remember when they said that Jerry Jones was going to do whatever it took to get Johnny Manziel, including trading up?
And he had it there too when we were picking that game.
You remember when they said that the Cowboys took a center in the first round? What are they doing?
I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed off. I was hot.
What are they doing? They traded back and took a center and picked up a wide receiver. The Cowboys, what a joke!
Because it was some defensive lineman that was there, and he played for the Vikings. I forget who it was. Was it Richardson? Because it might have been. It was a Vikings defensive lineman that I wanted really bad that year. I forget who it was. Vikings ended up picking him up.
I think that was 2013.
Either way, I think that we ended up making the right pick.
It wasn't Eric Reed.
No, it wasn't Eric Reed. It was in the 20s, I think. No, it was Sheriff Floyd. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. Well, we definitely made out on that one. Okay. We took Travis Frederick, but we traded with San Francisco. San Francisco, who did they take? They took Eric Reed. They took Eric Reed, who was a really good safety.
Damn, I would have. I think I would have rather had Eric Reed because I think we could have found
Eric Reed. Has he gotten a team yet?
No, he hasn't. All I'm saying is,
wait, hold it.
We can find a center. Can't find no damn safeties.
Of course you can't.
Yeah, he didn't play last year.
He didn't.
Yeah, I think he.
Fuck.
Did he decide to sit out for COVID, or did nobody want to sign
I don't
him?
know, but I remember 130 tackles. Fuck.
That might be why I can't find teams. Fuck. In the free agent market because I have nothing to go by.
God, what I wouldn't do for 130 tackles for my safety.
Well, that might mean your team is trash, though. If your safety has to make 130 tackles.
Wow. Okay, moving right along.
But I would have rather had Eric Reed than I'll be honest. I would rather have than God dang, I can't even.
I
think
can't
of
believe
his name.
he didn't. Well, I guess he's not on a team right now.
It's not like we didn't need a safety then. We've needed a safety for like 20 years.
Well, but again, that's not what the Cowboys believe in. They don't believe in safeties. They don't believe in interior defensive linemen.
They don't. In those jersey sales.
Eric Reed's still in the NFL.
Because if it wasn't about jerseys, there was no way in the world that CeeDee Lamb would have taken 88. It wasn't about those jersey sales.
He declined an offer to join the Washington football team in 2020.
Thank God.
He would have definitely made that team.
Thank God. Man, that would have been tough.
Yeah, because he would have made that defense even better.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. They'd have been suffocating.
Okay, so now that shout out to your team, to your high school team for getting to the playoffs and stuff.
Yeah, I know somebody was talking about my sweater when I came in here, man. I'm gonna rep my school, man. I'm gonna rep my school.
I ain't got no problem with that, but you know, I'm happy you're back. I wish you were still playing, but I'm happy that you're back because
if we had to lose, at least it was see your alma mater.
You know, and the funny thing is their coach Mike Colbert. He was our tailback in high school.
Yeah, I remember. I was watching it. Yeah, that's crazy. Full circle.
I remember. I think we were against Marshall, and we were down on the goal line, and it was like we needed to score. And I remember as we're coming out the huddle, going over to Mike, who's the head coach there. I said, "Look, just follow my ass. I'm getting you in that fucking end zone." And I blew the nose right on out of there, and boom, we got that touchdown. But yeah, but that field, I played that. My knee got destroyed on that field.
Yeah. I remember I was watching a playback. Like the day after because you streamed it, and I was like, well, yeah, that turf was really nice. Like it wasn't the same.
Back in my day, it was grass, and the field actually had a hump on it to help it drain. So it was higher in the center than it was on the sides. But yeah, and here's what's funny. I remember in regionals, we played T.C. Williams, and by the end of the season, the grass was worn out. They spray painted the dirt green.
Wow.
Okay. Seriously, the grass was spray painted green. Oh, excuse me, the dirt was spray painted green, so it would look good. So, yeah. Miss Jackie says, so Dan Quinn's our saber, letting the front office pick these free agents. Laugh out loud, yeah. Guess it's history now. Our defense is soft, says Kenny. All right, well, we have been in here for an extra 30 minutes tonight. You got anything you want to add? What you got coming up this week before as we get ready for the draft, my man?
Before we get into that, Madison won tonight, so they won the region.
They were state champions a couple years ago.
So they're going to be in the state Final Four next week. So I hope
they're state champions.
I hope they're state champs, so we can say we lost to the best.
All right.
But for the draft, man, really just been doing a lot of draft talk. I've been diving into Dane Brugler's draft guide, and sometime early next week, me and Elton will be going over the cornerback position a little bit more. I don't know if I find a prospect that I haven't really done that I don't think that I think the Cowboys have a shot at getting, I'll probably do a video like I've been doing because I have more time on my hands and stuff now. So you guys be on the lookout. But a lot of podcast type talking, a lot of Q&As and things of that nature.
To be clear, if Patrick Surtain or J.C. Horn's there, you'd still rather go offense.
Who the offensive guys on the board is the question.
I'm just hypothetically.
Yes. Yeah. I would rather go offense.
If Sewell's gone and Kyle Pitts are gone.
Slater. I'd take Slater over both of them.
Okay. All right.
Combat that. We gotta combat that Washington defense somehow. Have to.
All right, I hear you.
And keep my quarterback upright. Help my quarterback. We didn't sign him to $40 million. Protect your investment. That's what that number 10 pick is for.
All right. Well, with that being said, if you let me make sure I'm clear on this. If you were one of the GoFundMe people who donated on the GoFundMe, I know Miss Anita, you just did, so we're gonna get yours and stuff out tomorrow. We got to pack up some more stuff. Make sure you email me because I sent everybody a email that said email me back on the GoFundMe so I get your address, but very few people did. I want to make sure you get our colored. It's colored. Broke ass media. Shot glass. I want to make sure that you get that. So email me on that. We have a new channel member. Make sure you email. What? Okay. There's a new channel member. Make sure you email me at CowboysMark94 so we can get you your shot glass. And everybody who is a channel member, you'll be able to be part of our Zoom-in call during the draft. And we're going to be counting down, as you know, for the draft. In the meantime, get your shot glass ready because it's Friday night. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here, being part of the channel. Tyson Kemp, make sure you email me, as well as, who was our lady winner? Miss Charles. Miss Charles, email me so we can get you all taken care of. We'll be here Monday. What? I don't know what's the boy talking about. What is the boy talking about? In the meantime, make sure you guys take it easy.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.